Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elena Brianna. On this channel, we talk about everything feminine energy, self-care, and how to become your true authentic self. In today's video, we're going to be talking about everything mindset and how your mindset can shift your life. Okay, so let's talk about mindset. Mindset can shift your inner and outer reality. So your life isn't stuck, your mindset is. And once you start rearranging your mindset, everything else shifts on the outer reality. Let's talk about how you can actually shift your mindset in ways that actually work. I'm not talking about toxic positivity. I'm not talking about pretending. We're talking about real life transformation. Before we change anything, we have to be aware of what we're gonna change. So awareness before change, because you can't really change anything unless you're aware of what you're gonna be changing. So the first thing I want to talk about is your subconscious is always listening. So anything you repeat to yourself, the story is going to play out in real life. So people don't realize that they talk negatively about themselves, or if they're in a situation and they think the worst, they feel like they're not lucky. People don't understand what you say in your brain, whether you know it or not. You're consciously always creating your life. You have to be mindful of how you're talking to yourself. A lot of people talk negatively about yourself, but also be aware of like, okay, what do I want to change? Because we have to be aware of what we want to change before we can change it. And going around a while ago that was like, I'm so lucky, everything works out for me. That's exactly how you have to think. You cannot think that you're not chosen. You cannot think that you're not lucky. You literally have to tell yourself, and it's a programming. You have to reprogram your mind that everything works out for you for your highest good. So that's the first thing. You're going to make yourself aware of the change, and then you're going to reprogram your mind and shift your mindset to, even if you catch yourself in the moment like, I can't have this, you're going to flip your mindset to, I can have this. It might not be right now, but I can have this. I am so lucky. Everything works out for me, and watch it work out for you. What I want to talk about is changing your identity shift, positive identity shift. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to ask yourself, who am I becoming? Who do I want to be? What am I changing? How can I change this for myself? What would that version of me believe, and how would I respond? Shifting out of our old mindset. Our old mindset says, this isn't going to work out for me. Our new mindset says, everything works out in my favor. Shifting our mindset. Well, first, we're becoming aware of what we need to shift. Then we're shifting our identity and our mindset, and we have to be aware of what we're shifting, what we're creating. Identity creates behavior, behavior creates results. But we have to align with the person that we want to become. We can't just say affirmations in the mirror and poof, or write things down. I want to be 6 pounds less than I am right now. We have to actually imply and do the work. Current obsession right now is Coke floats. I don't know why. When I get fixated on a drink, I'm just fixated. The struggle boat. We're gonna stop romanticizing struggle, because we're in our receiving era. Okay, this is the period where we receive. We're no longer accepting struggle. We're not accepting struggle love. We're not accepting struggle in work. We're not accepting struggle in life. This is our receiving. We're gonna sit back and let life flow, let it happen for us. We are gonna shift from surviving to receiving. I don't chase, I attract. We cannot be chasing out, especially women. Why are we chasing out here? I want to talk about that. I'll talk about that in another video, but why are we chasing out here? And then we're not proving anymore. We know this is going to work out for us. We know that it's going to happen for our highest good. We know that we're just like, when you're changing your mindset, you don't have to force anything that's meant for you. What is meant for you will come to you. It's not going to skip over you. It's going to be for you. It's going to be there. It doesn't skip over you. It's meant for you. To filter out what we're watching, who we're listening to, who we follow, what we're consuming is very important, because a lot of people don't realize that what we listen to, all the things that I just said, actually have an effect on you don't realize the same thing as earlier when we talk negative When we talk negatively about ourselves, our subconscious mind is listening. So when we're watching something negative, or when we're watching something toxic, or watching something that has drama, our subconscious mind is consuming all of that information. And people actually have no idea that, like, watching this horror film is actually not good for my subconscious mind, or watching this drama, or watching a toxic relationship, whatever it is, toxic people, people with toxic habits, whatever it is, we need to stop consuming it. So we need to filter out and be on a mental diet. You have to make that change before anything else, you can see anything else happening in your outer reality. If you constantly consume negativity, you'll be negative. If you constantly consume positivity, you'll be positive. Just like if you put out positive things into the world, positive things come back. We're all energy sources, we're all energy fields. Like, I feel like once people understand that concept, then everything else could be better. We're not talking about world peace here, but when we figure out that whatever we consume, that's literally what's going to happen. And I'm also talking to myself too, because I'm not going to say I'm perfect on, I definitely filtered out over the years content and who I watch, and mindful of who I listen to and all those type of things. But just keep in mind, we need to be on a mental diet and be careful what our subconscious mind is consuming. To add who you talk to and who you come in contact with, everybody doesn't have the same, how do I say, we're just gonna say energy fields. Everyone doesn't have the same energy fields. Some people actually are energy, they call it energy vampires, and they know how to get energy from you and take it and use it for them. It's a whole thing. But be careful who you talk to, because a lot of people don't have the best intentions in general, not just towards you, just in general in life. Who you consume yourself around, you start to become like them. And I feel like that's really true. So you have to be careful about your environment too. Where are you going? The places that are you at the club every night, and walking home at 5 a.m. in the morning, and then having negative $400 in your bank account? Like, what are we doing? Like, we have to change our environment. You have to literally shift your whole identity. I feel like the whole thing starts with mindset, but it's definitely an identity shift. But creating an environment that you like, that you can thrive in, that you can grow in, that's the change that you want to see in the outer reality. But of course, it starts with the inner work. So once you do the inner work, your outer reality will start showing little signs and progress that you are growing. Talk about emotional intelligence and emotional discipline. You're allowed to feel. You're allowed to be emotional, but you don't need to become the emotion, have emotional control over you, because, or anything, honestly, anything that you happens to you, and you're like, oh, why is that happening to me? And instead of saying like, why is it happening to you, it'd be like, it's happening for me, because rejection is protection. So your reality is not random. Your reality is literally your life responding to you. It's literally responding to what you think, what you expect. It's literally your life mirroring you back. If you don't like what you're experiencing, that means we need to change our mindset and we need to think differently. Your mindset determines your standard. Your mindset determines what you think, what you allow, what you chase, and what you walk away from. You don't get what you want out of life. You get what you believe you're worthy of. So you have to change your mindset and self-worth to believing that you're worthy of having everything that you desire. Lastly, since we talk about feminine energy on here, I do want to add in some feminine ways that you can help change your mindset. So regulating your nervous system. I know my nervous system, for example, was always in fight or flight. I'm not in flight or fight anymore. So some ways that helped me regulate my nervous system was meditation, journaling, self-care. So those are ways that the feminine can use. Also, they call it brain dumping. So it's basically just journaling, but I'm writing down whatever comes to mind. That really helps. I also listen to aura music, if you're interested in that. That helps raise my vibrations. And also listen to feminine energy affirmations. I do have, I don't know if it's private, but I do have a playlist on my YouTube. Having firm boundaries and firm standards keep you away from the dusties, but also just in general in life, work, career, people, whatever it is, just standing in your power, your soft power, because you have soft power. You could be soft and powerful. So standing in your power, having firm boundaries, saying no and not feeling bad for saying no, removing yourself from chaos, drama, and toxic people, groups, content is not good for the feminine. We're meant to relax. We're meant to be in the flow. So being in chaos all the time sends us back into that scarcity, flight or flight, always doing things like it's an emergency, and we don't want to be that. So we want to first shift our mindset. So we want to shift the way we talk to ourselves, talk to our subconscious mind, and then we want to shift our environment. We want to make sure that we're not around toxic people. We also can control the environment by what we look at, the content, where we're going, who has access to us. Access is a big part of environment, and energy. Energy is a big one. You don't want energy is a big one. You don't want everybody to have access. Change your mindset. You're not just changing your mindset, you're changing what you allow into your life. You're changing who you're becoming. You also change what you attract. You also change what you can shifts in your mindset. You also start seeing shifts in your life. The moment you decide that you're chosen, life will start agreeing with you. Just keep in mind, everything is always working out for my highest good. Everything is working out in my favor. You're going to change your mindset, which changes your life. If you like this video, please subscribe. I have more videos on the way just like this. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you stayed all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I'll be back with my next video.